coached by the Gulls' former manager, Don O'Riordan. Can United bounce back from that extraordinary midweek cup game at Walsall? The weather conditions causing problems for players and cameramen alike. Watching through the wind and rain, Tom Skippings.
So, Torquay bid to put the nightmare of Tuesday's cup replay at Walsall behind them and close the gap on the pack above them at the foot of the table. A pack which includes Scarborough, 3 places and 7 points above the Gulls. Boss Eddie May has rung the changes from Tuesday. Ian Gore, Lee Barrow, Mark Hawthorne and Rodney Jack all make way for Tom Kelly, Paul Ramsey, Aidan Newhouse and Steve Winter. And Scott Stamps replaces the injured Ian Hathaway. And today's game given added spice by the return of Don O'Riordan just 7 weeks after he paid the ultimate price for Torquay's slide down the table. Today he'll be hoping to push the Gulls deeper into trouble in his new role as Scarborough player coach. Well, 25 minutes into this first half and hard to remember a chance worthy of note so far. And the atmosphere is strangely subdued, and the conditions making flowing football almost impossible. But here's Hancock's. He's done well there, gets in a good cross, but Ian Ironside is able to get down to it at the near post unchallenged. And a little bit better from Torquay. Richard Hancock's able to get away and at least get the cross in. Treble, good glance off for Ritchie. He'll swing in the low cross, and it's cut out by Kelly, who doesn't clear convincingly. Back in by Todd. Still not clear. It's still not away. Ashley Bayes spooning it away. Oh, my... Oh, dear, oh, dear. Well, it was Craig Midgley who was in the box unmarked. Ashley Bayes palmed it away, didn't clear it. And in the end, Torquay were able to hook it away for a corner. And that comes in now. It's taken to the near post. And it's gone back to the Scarborough player. Back into the danger zone and over the crossbar from Rocket. Jason Rocket with the header this time. Now then, it's not clear. Matteo jumping for it. It's done well. Still not clear. It's come out to Mark Hall. He'll try the shot. Mark Hall! Oh, he should have hit the target, and he'll know so. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Matteo was jumping in there for it, and the loose ball in the end fell for Mark Hall. Had time to control it and hit the shot, which he did, but he didn't hit the target. And that is disappointing for Torquay. Perhaps the best chance they've had. And Hall's done well there to get away from McGee. Whips in a good cross. Coughlin will try the shot! Oh, Russell Coughlin with the shot. And that all stemmed from great work by Mark Hall down this right-hand side, who got away from his man and whipped in the cross to the edge of the penalty area. And Russell Coughlin running onto it, hit it first time. And I think the keeper was beaten, but that just flashed wide of the upright. Big man push forward again. Curran is there. Here comes the corner, and it's headed towards goal, and that's a great save, although I think it was cleared off the line. And it may have beaten Ironside. The corner whipped in, and a powerful header in towards goal, and I think Ironside was beaten, and it was cleared by the defender on the line. It's hooked away. And there could be problems here with the defence a little stretched. Here's Midgley. He'll cut inside. It's a ball through for Ritchie to run onto. He's going to get there. Ritchie with the shot, and Ashley Bayes down, has to save it with his legs. And that was real danger for Torquay in the dying seconds. They've been on top for so much of this second half, and all of a sudden Craig Midgley opened them up there, and a through ball to Andy Ritchie, and the experienced striker running onto it. Got his shot in, but Ashley Bayes able to block it with his legs. So have Torquay got time to get forward once again? No, they haven't. There goes the final whistle from Mr. Fletcher, and the end of a disappointing match played in miserable conditions here. Driving rain and strong winds have played havoc with any chance of flowing football. And the result, a disappointing game and a scoreline which does neither side any favours at the bottom of the table. Final score here at Plainmoor, it's Torquay 0, Scarborough 0.
It was 2 points drop, but we deserve to win it. And that's what you have to take on board. You know, there's been steady improvement. That's my 4th draw in 6 games now. And I'm beginning to be a bit of a draw specialist. So, but we're coming, you know, we're getting more solid, more organised. But it's about putting the ball in the back of the net.
Torquay disappointed then not to pick up all 3 points, and were Darlington the winners at Plainmoor by 1-0. And live at the ground, Tom Skippings.
Yes, Mark, no Christmas cheer for Torquay's fans, who came hoping to see their side produce their first win under Eddie May and their first league win for exactly 3 months. Instead, they saw them fall behind to an early goal and then produce the kind of disjointed display which suggests there's a frustrating new year ahead for the Gulls. That's Coughlin trying to find Winter, and Hall picked it up instead. Trying to return it to Coughlin, but a bad pass, easily cut out, and a ball through here for Bannister to run onto, and he'll try the shot, and he'll slot it into the corner of the net to give Darlington the lead. And the ball through to Gary Bannister to run onto, and he slotted it past Ashley Bays from the edge of the area to give Darlington the lead. 5 minutes gone, Torquay 0, Darlington 1. Glanced on by Hawthorne, hopped on to Jack, cuts inside. He's trying one from a long way out, Rodney Jack! Oh, I say! What a finish that would have been.
And now other local scores. Yeovil 1, Chertsey 0, Weymouth.
Chances were few and far between at St James's Park, but both sides were guilty of squandering gilt-edged scoring opportunities. Exeter's Lee Bradbury was the first offender, but the top prize must go to Torquay's on-loan striker Aidan Newhouse at the start of the second half. Not even a rock-hard pitch can excuse what must go down as the miss of the season. With Torquay well adrift at the bottom of the table, how crucial will it prove to be at the end of the campaign? City almost snatched a late winner when Bradbury's shot was well saved and Darren Hughes saw his follow-up smash against the Torquay bar. But a draw just about the right result.
Tom Skipping's reporting. And while Torquay chairman Mike Bateson is playing down talk of a takeover bid at Plainmoor, manager Eddie May has signed Cardiff midfielder Charlie Oatway. Well, time now for the first part of our review of...
Its new year could hardly have had a worse start. They managed to kick off well enough, but it was downhill from then on. And eventually Mark Kinsella accepted the invitation to put Colchester ahead with just 14 seconds gone. Torquay spent the next half an hour on the back foot before breaking free to equalise in some style. Ian Hathaway's cross powered home by Rodney Jack, his first goal for the Gulls. It was also Torquay's first goal in 4 league games, and they produced another soon after the break. Mark Hall's cross teed up by Jack for Aidan Newhouse to finish. Caught between hanging on to their lead and killing the visitors off, Torquay did neither, and David Dogood fired Colchester level. 15 minutes later, the game ended as it had begun, with more slack defending allowing Simon Betts to snatch victory deep in stoppage time. It was an afternoon which illustrated Torquay's current lack of confidence, and a result which leaves them 8 points adrift at the wrong end of the table. Well, now athletics, and Cornwall's Neil Caddy is aiming for the Olympics in Atlanta.
Fifth at the bottom of the 3rd Division table. They went into yesterday's match at Doncaster 8 points adrift and just beginning to contemplate life in the conference. So, what are their chances of staying up? We've been to Plainmoor to find out. Time is running out for Torquay to save their Football League skins. Apart from rare bright spells, United's season has matched the current weather conditions. A dark cloud that's included conceding goals straight from the kick-off and missing easy chances to make up ground on their rivals. But despite the depression hanging over Plainmoor, chairman Mike Bateson has retained his sense of humour, and he has a tongue-in-cheek solution to all the problems.
Torture, murder, disembowelment of players, none of which are allowed under league rules, regrettably. I have invested in a .22 rifle, and I intend in future home games to actually shoot players who make almighty cock-ups. Just shoot them there and then finish with it. It saves all the messing around with putting them on the transfer list. And I think it's a more positive way forward.
New manager Eddie May has some slightly more orthodox answers. Since arriving at Plainmoor 2 months ago, he's bolstered the young squad with more experienced players like Paul Ramsey, Alex Watson and Charlie Oatway. The search is still on for a proven goalscorer, but the United boss is optimistic about staying up.
I think you have to be. You have to be because you know you got to come in here and you got to raise the players and sort of lift yourself and that. But I mean, I go out to games and I see managers and they say, well, it must be like lifting the Titanic, and it's not as bad as that. But I mean, I enjoy it here. It's a nice club, nice people. I want to do so much for them, do well for them, and I want that so much, just to lift the team and get us off the bottom.
Performances have certainly improved since May took charge. They've lost just 2 of the last 6 games, but with just 4 points to show for their recent efforts, league victories are long overdue.
It's about confidence, I feel, and there's 1 or 2 people here that haven't got that at the moment. And I think if we can get 1 or 2 wins, I'm sure that they'll get that and they'll become better players. I've come here with just over half a season to go. It is a quick remedy. And to be fair, I don't have time to bring young people on and things like that. And the chairman has backed me 100% in as much that allowing me to bring in players, because I think that's the only way to do it at the moment, is to bring in people who know what this league's all about and have done it at this level.
3 wins on the trot, which is not unheard of in football, and it's not unheard of at Torquay, would certainly make 1 or 2 other teams in this division start twitching. At the minute, they're all quite comfortable because Torquay's down the bottom, we're quite safe. They'll never climb out of it, but I happen to think we will. And I think that realistically as well. I don't think we'll be bottom at the end of the season. However, relegation doesn't hold any great fears for me. It's not something I would welcome, but we'll cope with it if and when it comes.
United will step up their search for a new striker next week. They're expected to table a club record fee for Bury's Phil Stand. His arrival at Plainmoor could be the final piece in the survival jigsaw. The message then from Plainmoor: don't write us off just yet.
The shot. Oh, what a goal!
So would Eddie May see his side win for the first time yesterday? The battle for survival took United up to Doncaster, and there were a few changes in the lineup. New signing Ray Newland made his debut in goal, and there were also places for Richard Hancock's and Jose Luis Mathieu. Rounding up all the action, Trina Lake.
The odds on Torquay escaping the drop into non-league football are lengthening with each passing week. They're as close to their nearest rivals as John Major is to Margaret Thatcher. And that's not saying much. But the Gulls continue to attack their difficult task with a good deal of determination. They made a positive start at Doncaster and might have taken an early lead, but for the acrobatics of goalkeeper Dean Williams. Ian Hathaway's cross met with a firm header from Mark Hall that probably deserved more than just a corner. For a side that hadn't won in 14 league games, Torquay didn't seem as short on confidence as you might expect. Their loyal band of travelling supporters had every reason to admire the work rate at least, as they kept up the first half pressure and looked the more likely to score. Williams again had to be on his toes, this time from Hathaway. The Torquay winger threatened to unlock Doncaster's defence on numerous occasions. How much more effective he might be with a target man to aim at. Still, Hathaway almost broke the deadlock himself with another testing effort that again brought the best out of Williams. Torquay's new goalkeeper, Ray Newland, had been largely redundant in the first half, but after the break, Doncaster raised the tempo of their game and Newland proved equal to the test. Neat skills from Colin Cram set up the chance, but Newland not deceived by the final shot. There was a lucky let-off for the Gulls soon after, with some seriously suspect marking at a corner. Too many players ball watching, and Schofield should have done better with a goal at his mercy. Doncaster gradually began to find more gaps in a Torquay defence that generally looked well organised and competitive in front of the agile Newland. But their hopes of taking at least a point from the trip to Bellevue were shattered in the 71st minute, and from a rather ironic source. Matt Carmichael was on trial at Plainmoor last week. Doncaster wouldn't let him join Torquay before yesterday's game, and what a good decision that proved. The big striker left unmarked to provide the kind of finish that Torquay so desperately need if they're to avoid relegation.
He looked a 0-0 all over the game, and you know, we've made one mistake in as much that, you know, we've been a bit slack at marking on a corner, and they've scored from a corner. But you know, we've had chances as well as in the game, but you know, we looked a little bit lightweight up front today, I felt, and you know, it's the one area of the team that I haven't been able to do anything about at the moment, so because of different reasons. But again today, you know, it's emphasised a hell of a lot that that's the one area that needs building now.
Disappointment then for Torquay, but at least the gap at the bottom hasn't reached double figures. Lincoln also lost yesterday. They were beaten 2-0 at Gillingham. Sadly, Exeter have dropped a couple of places after their enforced layoff. Victories for Northampton and Leyton Orient have pushed. They went into yesterday's game against Leyton Orient 10 points adrift at the bottom, but with a new mood of optimism after the arrival of strikers Paul Baker and Simon Garner. So what difference would they make? Let's join Tom Skippings at Plainmoor.
Quickly taken throw, Kelly. Garner at the near post is the target. Not cleared. Garner gets the snapshot in, and not too bad on the turn. Perhaps had a little bit more time than he thought to control it. That's the first chance of the afternoon. Promising for Torquay. Pearce with the ball down the line for Kelly to chase. Ian Gore once again is across to him. And it's really bucketing down now. So, Torquay have some defending to do. In comes the corner, into the near post. Ian Gore jumping for it. It's not away yet. Still not clear. The shot comes in the end, and it's fired into the corner of the net by Ian Hendon. And Orient have the lead. And Torquay never cleared the danger from that corner at all. The corner bobbled around and fell in the end to Ian Hendon, just inside the penalty area, who fired it through a crowd of players into the corner of the net. And Ray Newland had no chance at all. And Orient have the lead. Plays a neat 1-2 with Chapman, and Hendon still going. He's gone through a couple of challenges, and Hendon gets the shot in. Not a bad effort from Ian Hendon. He did well there. He broke away from 2 Torquay challenges. Just outside the area, decided to have a shot. And it flew just wide of Newland's left-hand upright. This is a good spell from Torquay. They're putting together some passes and looking if they could get back into this game. Another throw. Cross comes in. Baker is the target. Baker with the header! And that's the equaliser for Torquay, and Paul Baker marks his debut with a goal. 7 minutes into the second half, and a good spell of pressure for Torquay has paid off. And the cross whipped in the end, and there was Paul Baker rising above his man to power the header past Fearon and level the scores. So Orient taking their time with this free kick. In the end, it is taken. Good jump by Watson. Loose ball. Good fall to Curry, though. Will fall to Brooks. Brooks with the shot! Oh, Sean Brooks with the shot. And I think Ray Newland has just got a touch to it, because the result is a corner. The free kick floated in. In the end, it fell to Sean Brooks, who was a long way out. And he struck it first time, low and hard. And Ray Newland was scrambling and just turned it around for the corner. Hendon's clearance a little hurried, gives Torquay another throw. Definite signs that Torquay are on top. Chip forward for Garner again. Low cross in. Ramsey trying to run onto it. Here's Mark Hall. Mark Hall gets the shot in. Fearon has saved it. And it bounces onto the roof of the net. And behind. Oh dear. There's a real chance there. Hall. Away by Bellamy. Gray. Forward again by Oakway. Baker. And the flag was late. Good finish by Baker. He certainly powered that home emphatically enough. And the fans were celebrating, but the whistle had already long gone. And the flag was raised for offside against the Torquay goalscorer, who couldn't double his tally. Perhaps it's Raycon for the home side. And that's a poor pass from Austin. Garner's got onto it, and he's gone down under the challenge from Fearon, and surely that will be a penalty. And the referee has pointed to the spot, and Orient have just got themselves into an unnecessary muddle there and conceded a penalty. Kevin Austin it was with the back pass, no real danger, but he gave Ron Fearon all sorts of problems, and Simon Garner was onto the loose ball, and he went down heavily under the challenge from Fearon, no doubt about the penalty, but now it's just a question of whether the keeper is sent off. It is a red card for the Orient keeper, Ron Fearon, who is dismissed for his challenge on Simon Garner. And Torquay have a golden chance now. And this to give Torquay the lead. Hathaway with the spot kick. And it's saved! It's an incredible save by the substitute goalkeeper. I thought it was, in fact, Gary Bellamy had gone in goal through all the confusion, but it was, I think it was Darren Pearce. And that was an incredible save. And this is last desperate throw of the dice for Torquay. Hathaway swings in the free kick. There's the header, it's gone in! And that's the winner! Oh, they've won it in stoppage time when they should have won it with a penalty that was saved.
It's been headed home. The free kick was swung in by Hathaway, and amidst all the men jumping for it, Alex Watson jumped highest, and he glanced the ball past Darren Pearce, who had no chance of the Orient goal, for the winner.
The good signs are that we've been playing very well lately, and we've got the win. Dressing room's a different place, and you know, I'm sure that when we go to Rochdale next week, confidence will be there, and we'll be looking to get another win. You know, there's still areas in the team which I feel will improve, but if not, then obviously there'll be a change of personnel. But at the moment, you know, things are moving along nicely. I'm gradually building a side that will get us out of trouble, and at the moment, I'm not far away.
So, the revival has started. Torquay narrowing the gap at the bottom to 8 points thanks to Scarborough's 2-0 home defeat by Doncaster and Lincoln's goalless draw against Preston. Right, before we go...
Their attempts to sign Phil Stant fell through, and Baker, seen here scoring for York, is joined up front by Simon Garner on a month's loan from Wycombe.
Step were about to turn the corner when they beat Leyton Orient a fortnight ago. They've been forced to sit it out since then because of the weather. But they were back in action against Fulham at Plainmoor yesterday, watched by our commentator, Tom Skippings.
Baker once again the target, beats Herrera to it. Garner gets a flick onto it, but it's cleared by Blake. Long way up, and Ian Gore reaches it first. Here's Garner looking to turn, and Oakway runs onto the ball. Bit of a space opening going in front of him. He finds Hathaway wide here. Hathaway with a good low cross in. It's gone behind everybody. Baker with the shot. It's in the corner of the net, and Torquay have taken the lead. Well, the defence opened up. First it was Charlie Oakway breaking through the middle. He found Ian Hathaway wide on this left-hand side. His low cross seemed to be behind everybody, but there was Paul Baker to get on the end of it and just slip it underneath Tony Lang, the Fulham goalkeeper, and into the net. Well, they couldn't have had a better start. Charlie Oakway picking the ball up. Meanwhile, work at the other end for Ian Gore to do, which he does, but at the expense of a corner. Here comes the corner. It's away this time by Baker. Only as far as Phil Barber, though. Here comes the cross, hanging dangerously. Kevin Moore got onto it, headed out by Barrow. Not clear yet, though. There's Scott with the header. And in the end, it's hooked away by Oakway. So chances at both ends. Torquay have taken theirs, and Fulham couldn't quite manage to convert their opportunity. Here's Oakway. And here's Barrow in a bit of space on the right-hand side. Can he make it pay? He can, and there's a free header. Oh, dear. Well, it's little Charlie Oakway there with the header in the end. Quickly taken, it is. It's gone through to Macquarie. Macquarie with a shot. Newland has half stopped it. Conroy can still get it in there. And in the end, it's hooked away by Stevie Winter. And the result is a corner. In comes the corner. Moore is jumping for it. It's off the crossbar and into the net. Well, who's claiming that? Kevin Moore thinks it was his, and it was Kevin Moore's header from the corner kick. But Mick Conroy is suggesting that he got the final touch. The cross whipped in from the corner, and it was Kevin Moore who won the header, and it bounced against the crossbar and then was touched down by Mick Conroy. And that's the equaliser. Cusack floated into the box. Thomas the target at the back post, and Martin Thomas got up above Scott Stamps and got the header in. On the cross, Scott Stamps was beaten, but Ray Newland, thankfully for Torquay, wasn't able to gather it with both hands. A full-length dive, though. That was a good chance for Fulham. Cusack. Thomas, nice layoff. Macquarie, and it's off the line by Stamps. Well, not quite off the line, but it was certainly goal-bound. And that was a nicely worked move by Fulham. The layoff by Thomas into the path of Rodney Macquarie, and his shot had beaten Newland, and Scott Stamps had to just stab it away. Talking of the throw, Watson. Watson hoists that high into the air on the edge of the penalty area. Garner, here is Hancock's. Stamps.
Winter. Cross by Winter, deep to the back of the penalty area. Lined up for Garner! Simon Garner has made it 2-1 to Torquay. Great work by Hancock, who's only just come on. Superb cross in the first place from Steve Winter. And Richard Hancock's ghosting in at the back of the penalty area. Stabbed it back into the danger zone. And there was Simon Garner to beat Tony Lang from close range and make it 2-1 to Torquay with about 8 minutes remaining.
Richard Hancock's did great there. I mean, everybody thought it was going out, I think, but he's put his leg out, and as soon as he got his leg to it, I knew where it was going. I was just in the right place at the right time.
We have played better. We got beat, I must say that. But as I say, the atmosphere of the crowd helps because, you know, we're scrapping away. It was, you know, even though we maybe not playing as well as we have done, but the crowd can see us scrapping away and showing a lot of effort and that, and they create a bit more atmosphere and they keep us going. And as I say, that's been important in the last 2 games.
If we get a result on Tuesday night against Barnet, there's a lot of teams going to be looking over the shoulder and thinking, hang on a minute, Torquay's coming good. And the pressure is on them then.
So Torquay cut the gap at the bottom to 6 points. Fulham, their nearest rivals now, after Lincoln's goalless draw against Colchester. Well, coming up then, our golden...
We're over until the final whistle blows on the Football League season, but for Torquay United, fears of where they'll be on that day seem to be easing. With the gap closing to their nearest rivals at the foot of the table, relegation doesn't look so inevitable. However, defending like this won't improve their chances, as Barnet's Sean Devine took the opportunity to find Paul Wilson for the London side's only goal of the night. Torquay, though, had to wait until midway through the second half for the equaliser. Simon Garner won the spot kick, and Paul Baker showed why Torquay boss Eddie May brought him to play more with his 3rd goal in as many games.
We could have got beat 1-0 and it would have been a crime, but, you know, it was a painful lesson for them. But we've battled back and kept going, got the equaliser, and then maybe could have won it. If we can get the right service to these people, they will score goals. And Simon Garner's got a penalty today, just by anticipating a pass, and he's been brought down. He's that type of player, and Baker's just the sort of player to put him in the back of the net.
As things seemed, the well-documented
games have given Torquay United's survival hopes a major boost, but the odds were stacked against them yesterday as they travelled to top-of-the-table Gillingham. And a surprise inclusion in the Torquay side, 18-year-old Michael Preston replacing Rodney Jack. Our commentator at the Priestfield Stadium, Tom Skippings.
Winter is available, but he's looking to spread it wider than that for Preston, but the youngster lost his footing, and it's away up towards Fortune West, who's trying to turn away from Watson. Ramsey wins that one, stamps the ball out for Preston. Challenging with Glenn Thomas. Over the top of Winter, the throw. Here's Butler. Gets away from Watson cleverly, Steve Butler. Now look to get the cross into the penalty area. Fortune West, the target. Great save by Newland. Ray Newland just palms it away with one hand, and the home fans were celebrating a goal. But Newland was there to just scramble it away. Steve Butler with the break, good cross in. First time effort by Leo Fortune West. And that looked goal bound until Ray Newland stuck out a hand to palm it away. Green with the throw, the loose ball falls for Bailey. That's a lovely ball inside for Neil Smith. He's through here, Neil Smith, and that is 1-0 to Gillingham. And the defence just opened up there. The through ball from Dennis Bailey. Neil Smith completely unchallenged. And with just 5 minutes on the clock, he had the simplest task to slot it past Ray Newland and give the league leaders the lead. Glanced on by Oatway. Beats Rattray. Good clearance out by Harris. Barrow. Winter. Baker the target again, and it's to him. Garner with the shot. Jim Stannard having to produce a fine save. And Baker and Garner, Torquay's new strike force, combining well there. Good ball forward from Winter. Paul Baker winning the header and just laying it off for Simon Garner. And he struck it first time, and I think that was bound for the top corner. Good save by Jim Stannard, the Gillingham keeper. So Neil Smith winding up to hurl a long throw into the box. In the end, he takes it short to Ratcliffe, who's unmarked. Ratcliffe lost it into the penalty area. It's over the top of Rattray. Steve Butler, great save again from Newland. Clever move by Gillingham. and another wonderful save by Ray Newland in the Torquay goal. Corner throw taken short to Ratcliffe, then he hoisted it into the box, glanced on and fell to Steve Butler on the edge of the 6-yard box. He hit it first time, but Newland palmed it away for the corner. Another good save. Smith plays the corner, the pass back to Ratcliffe. It's opening up for him again. Oh, the defence has disappeared. And Simon Ratcliffe, the Gillingham skipper, sent off last week at Cambridge, but he can celebrate today because he's made it 2-0. 25 minutes gone, the corner taken quickly. Smith gives the ball back to Ratcliffe. He's allowed to run into the penalty area, not picked up, and he just slots the ball underneath Newland into the corner of the net. And that's 2-0. Thomas once again with the corner. He's aimed at Fortune West, gets the header in. It's gone all the way through. Baker missed the clearance, and then Butler with the shot. And Butler again, this time over the crossbar. Well, the corner swung in by Thomas. It was Fortune West who rose to head it towards goal. Paul Baker trying to clear it, missed it completely, and Steve Butler's shot was blocked. And then Butler with another snapshot, this time over the crossbar. Forward by Baker, and it's gone over the top of Green. Garner running onto it, and he's appealing for handball against Tony Butler. It is a yellow card for deliberate handball for Tony Butler. Clever skill from Simon Garner to turn and run onto the loose ball. It'd gone over the top of Richard Green, and as Garner flicked it on, it struck Butler on the hand. Four-man wall for Gillingham. Hathaway swings it in. Great, good effort from Hathaway. Hathaway with the free kick, struck it sweetly. Over the top of the wall it came. And Jim Stannard, who saw it late, acrobatically dived to palm it away. Good save by the Gillingham keeper. Hathaway whips it in again. Loose ball, Preston with the shot! And into the side netting from the youngster. Well, the header out fell to young Michael Preston, and he drove it in first time. For a moment it looked as if it had gone the right side of the post, but it wasn't to be. Butler. Oatway does well to charge that down, and here's Garner. Bit of a break on now. Oatway is the only man ahead of him for Torquay. Simon Garner looking to go all the way. Garner with the shot, and in the end it's a good save by Jim Stannard. Simon Garner was looking for options, and the other players weren't getting up to join him quick enough, so in the end he decided to go it alone into the penalty area. Struck the shot quite well, low, but Jim Stannard down to smother it comfortably enough.
Yeah, I mean, a difficult side to play against, but after the first 20 minutes I thought we coped quite well. Two sloppy goals, and you know, we give ourselves a mountain to climb, really. But after that little spell, for the rest of the game, you know, we held our own quite well, and we scrapped away. The keepers made two great saves from Ian Hathaway and Paul Baker. And if one of them goes in, it makes a world of difference the way the game was going.
Frustrating to give away, as you say, the sloppy goals, especially one so early on, because that gives you a real setback straight away. Well,
it does at a place like here, you know, top of the league, good crowd. You know, I thought if we could hold them, the longer we hold them, the better it was going to be. But, you know, as I say, we made a mistake, a sloppy goal, and we give ourselves a lot to do. But as I said to the players, you know, if we can battle and scrap like that and come in a place like this and do it, then you know, it all goes well for the future.
So Torquay 6 points adrift at the bottom now. Fulham picked up a point in a 2-2 draw against Hartlepool, and Lincoln's game at Hereford was postponed. No game, of course, for Exeter yesterday. They're 16th in the table with 34 points from 28 games. And at the top, the Division 3, but the gap at the bottom was 7 points going into yesterday's home match against Hartlepool. Nothing less than 3 points would satisfy manager Eddie May. Watching another crucial game, Tom Skippings.
Paul Baker standing over it. Paul Ramsey and Ian Hathaway both there also. Looks as if it could be Baker, though. Tries to curl one, takes a deflection. And I think the referee is showing the first yellow card of the afternoon to young Shane Reddish, the Hartlepool number 2, who broke out of the wall too early. McGuckin tangling with Oatway. Ramsey can't reach that one. Forward he goes by Canham. Here's Joe Allen. He'll try a shot from there. Joe Allen! Oh, superb effort from the Hartlepool striker. He was a long way out, and that's the first real chance of the afternoon. That's a nice ball out to find young Michael Preston in some room. Now, what can he do with it? Gets past his man. Good low cross in. Glanced by Hathaway. Not clear yet. Horn, it's off the line. Oh, it's finally cleared by Reddish. Baker and Garner in there. Young Michael Preston did so well. Ramsey. Stamps. Hathaway outside him. And Reddish, who has already been booked, and this could be problems for the Hartlepool defender. Keith Houchin is pleading on his behalf, but that was a fierce challenge by young Shane Reddish on Ian Hathaway. And I think we could be seeing the end of Shane Reddish's afternoon. It's a yellow card for Reddish. And the red card to follow. So Shane Reddish is sent off after just 20 minutes of this game. Forward by Barrow. Baker. Stamps. Oh, he's caught there by Howard, and that is a nasty challenge by Howard. Steve Howard has caught Scott Stamps from behind, and that is a very ugly one. It's been an eventful game for all the wrong reasons so far. It's just a booking for Howard. Oatway running onto it. Clashes with Oliver. Free kick for Torquay. And Howard threw the ball away there. Torquay were awarded the free kick for the challenge by Oliver on Oatway. And as Torquay prepared to take it, Steve Howard, who was booked just a few moments ago for a foul on Stamps, threw the ball away. And off goes Steve Howard. And Hartlepool are down to 9 men. Stamps. Fires it across. Well, come shot in the end from Scott Stamps. He drove that like a bullet across the face of the goal, and Brian Horn knocked him off his feet, but he held on to it. Hathaway.